ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to more BTS America's
Radiant
4
team
action
back.
here. We got Void Boys going against Infamous in round number 1 of the tournament. Let's take a quick look at this bracket so you can see exactly where we are. This is just day number 2. As I said, we already have T-Show and Animal Kingdom who have made their way into round number 2. Today, we did have one match get postponed till Thursday, so we are only going to be doing one little best of 3 for you, and it's this one right here, Infamous versus Void Boys. Void Boys dropped game number 1 after myself and RyuUboruZ felt like it was a stronger draft, but it was Infamous who seemed to have the better execution. So with that said, welcome back, Mr. RyuUboruZ, my friend Alan. How's it going, and what can Void Boys do to shake off that game number 1 and walk out of this game with a freaking win?
I'm doing great, but I want to see 3 Dota games here.
Yeah.
You want to see it as well. So
remaining.
how do they get back into this series?
That's the question.
It's just got to be a lot better play. We talked about it enough where it's just execution errors, tons of it. Just
Reserve
maybe
time.
change up everything. Obviously, there's no Earth Spirit in this game. There's no Enchantress. And they're just going to go for, you know, some good
namesake.
old stable lanes. Void.
Got to get Void when you're on Void Boys. They went easy, Ryu. They went easy on them in game 1. They were like, we don't need to pull out the Void. But this game, they're pulling out the frickin' Void, and it's got to be the best Void you've ever seen because their name is Void Boys, for God's sake. So, but the
But they don't have the original Void Boys though.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
When they first formed, maybe this Void isn't as good.
He's like Void children here. Not even one day to be Void men.
Void infants.
Right now they have Void fetuses.
They need to grow up quickly, Dakota, else they're finished.
You know what would be great with their lineup already? I'm going to forecast a Mirana would be swell. Works great with the OD. Good setup with the Faceless Void. I have been lingering for a Lady Mirana that I could tip my fedora at, so hopefully we'll get to see one here in this game. Infamous keep their trend, and again, I'm not sure exactly how their aliases are. Obviously, Z-Talk's a familiar name. Greedy is as well. I figured that Hatsune was Kotaro Hayama, but based on the roles they played in the last game, I don't think that's the case. But Ursa, nonetheless, seems to be something that Z-Talk would love to go for. You know, the Huskars of the old times, and Ursa would occasionally come out. It still fits their raw aggression, so they got to be feeling confident, even though they see the scary Void on Void Boy's side.
Didn't Z-Talk used to play Core? Didn't he play the Huskar?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I wouldn't put it past him to have been flexible and try to. Yeah, Kotaro Hayama. Mr. Kotaro
I was trying to
Hayama.
think of their positions. Might have switched or something, but
yeah.
I like your idea of a Potom just to help out maybe in the mid lane, get easy kills. Problem is, then you're having a lot of focus, like single target focus damage. That could be a very big problem.
Sorry,
what happened?
I hit the wrong button. Apparently, I looked over and like I didn't even know, but I looked. I felt a tickle in the back of my head, like something's not right. And I looked over my screen, and everyone was still staring at the splash screen. So I had to.
Okay.
I must have slipped and hit a hotkey. That's my bad. That's my bad. Don't worry, guys. You didn't miss anything. Sorry, Ryu. I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, that's fine, man. I thought you know you're bored or something.
No, I'm never bored. This is Dota after all. Oh, Vengeful Spirit. That is though, a great option.
And it's the counter to Faceless Void, so they pick it up themselves. But it's a really good hero in this situation. If somebody gets roared, normally you're gonna try and jump on top of them with the Ursa here, and try to burst them down quickly. But at the same time, if you have the Vengeful Swap in range, easy saves, and here we go. Infamous is going to be getting a lot more AoE, a lot more control. This hero is amazing against Faceless Void. I'm surprised we don't see it picked up a lot more often. Obviously, you could talk about, oh sure, Faceless Void might have the Poor Man's Shield early, and then Disruptor kind of can't zone him out. But at the same time, you just easily can, you know, use that glimpse once he time walk, and it's so easy for the Disruptor and the Ursa just to get on top of the Void and down early on.
5 seconds
I like the idea there. So and they have certainly showed that they have the execution. So this seems definitely like a feasible thing for them. Back to Void Boys though. Olden Void Boys classic core used to be Spectre, Patsoul Spectre. It was like top of Dota buff. People feared it. You know, who's Badman? They didn't know who Badman was at the time, Ryu. It was Patsoul. He's gone now, but
it was Ritsu. And Patzel.
Yeah, Ritsu, Patzel. Whoa, who are those guys? They're good. Well, I don't know where they are now, but but we'll have to see what the new Void Boys.
Scandals. That's what's happening.
Mm.
Like
they'll be back.
Shoot yourself in the foot with that.
They'll be back. It doesn't matter. It's Dota. Yeah. People seem to just. I'm retiring. I'm done. I've been shamed out of the game. You'll be back. It just seems to happen.
3-2-2. You're back. Solo.
You're back.
No, but
yeah. Condolences to.
I'm surprised Vega hasn't been doing a lot better. It's just so many European teams that can do really well nowadays. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, they have a lot of good teams. And wish we could say the same here for NA, but you know, one day. This is why BTS America's here.
Everybody's trying to be like MVP Phoenix and run at you, but we're running at you like retards.
Oh, TI4, dude. TI4. Tactics coming out now. Skywrath.
This really is TI4.
Vengeful Spirit, Faceless Void, even OD as well.
OD is TI4.
This is TI4.
Different skill set.
Void Boys are like, what we got's not working. Let's take it back a couple of years, and we'll see if it works now. What would have been the formidable core back then? What do you think, like a Weaver?
No, they read Void as core.
Oh,
and
that's right. Yeah.
Hide or
10 seconds.
I don't know, something else. Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
And they're really throwing it back. In the meantime, Infamous has picked up the puck, so they get their own control. It's very nice to have against something like I guess a Faceless Void. Can't really easily leap himself out. I guess you could do like a mini leap right there, but you know, time dilation still can be a very finicky thing, even for the puck. So the puck will have to be very careful about his positioning. If you get caught in a bad
even
dilation,
the Ursa, man.
Yeah, Ursa too.
That's the biggest thing.
You know, they got to be careful. Luckily, the time dilation AoE is pretty small, and Void will have to be hugging him. But if it's in the later game and you have like something like a Blink Dagger, those problems are not as big of problems anymore. And Infamous are wagering. By the way, they did give respect to Infamous's Bounty Hunter and banned it out, but Infamous do ban out the Ember Spirit now, so we'll have to see. Void Boys got to get something to kind of bring in a bit of the farm. They could go with the Clinks, you know, if it was like EG. They love to run like the Clinks Void a bit. A Morphling if they want to kind of, you know, have the advantage towards the later game. Something that also needs to work maybe around the Roche a bit.
Yeah, they could do TA too, or that's been because I was thinking some teams like to do the OD safe lane. Yeah, and I was thinking they might run a mid hero here.
Wait,
isn't
so it is a safe lane Void?
No, safe lane OD.
Okay.
Off lane Void.
Oh,
we're not going that crazy yet, unless they do some crazy OD.
I was ready for crazy. I was ready. But you're right.
Mid is weird in my eyes, just because I can. It's so weird for me because one, it synergizes. Okay. Well, that actually helps out. Okay. That actually helps out the Zeus a lot for this pick, because Zeus is really good with against the Chen creeps at the end of the day. But Zeus, there's no global strategy to this. It's basically all Faceless Void and Skywrath Mage kind of going around getting the job done, and they lack so much physical DPS right now. If insane right now for Void Boys, and they just have to get a lot done early on. And then with the Zeus pick, we talked about the Roche line. Oh, they can do Roche pretty easily with OD, I guess. OD plus Venge is
it's good enough. It's good enough. I don't know if you cut out or stopped talking, by the way. You like abruptly stopped.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was letting you talk.
No. I was just on the note though. It's like they're lacking a lot of physical damage, but there's not a lot of BKB candidates really there for Infamous. I guess Ursa could pick one up, but for most of these heroes, it's like you're kind of going out of your way if you need to get a BKB. So I mean, there is going to be a nice window for Void Boys to really dish out some ridiculous damage. I'm talking like what, freaking Ancient Seal amped Zeus burst damage. It's with OD. It's going to be pretty damn ridiculous here. By the way, this Skywrath has that. I was like, clicked on the Skywrath and I got confused when I looked at his little hero profile. Didn't even think that was Skywrath.
It's a Legion
Mage.
Commander set.
Yeah, Legion Commander. Maybe he misclicked and actually meant to do that for the offlane, but nonetheless. We'll start off with a bit of a pause right here as Infamous
Legion
does
Commander Jungle, man. That's taking over all the pubs. So annoying.
Don't even get anyone started with that. Last game, you felt Void Boys had the stronger draft. Unfortunately, we're not able to execute. Now that you see the drafts for both teams, Ryu, Who do you think has a stronger draft now, or maybe one that also may require just that extra bit of finesse and execution to be able to pull off?
It's kind of like the same idea with the bristleback having essence aura proccing all the time when he cool sprays and goos. That helps sustain his mana. Whereas you can see the same strategy here with an arc lightning and spam coming in from Z. They're able to stay alive, and they have this amazing control coming out from the Faceless Void. I can see them easily taking, you know, the first 2 or 3 team fights, and they'll get up their items, they'll get up really good map control, and I can see them maybe not necessarily easy taking name, but you just take their Roche, because they have a very poor ass lineup when pushing. Like, that's their biggest problem.
Yeah.
And Infamous, they can just easily go around the map. They have Chen, they have Beastmaster, Hawk, and if they win like one team fight, that's all they need, and then Ursa's gonna get Roche. And then you're gonna lose your tier 1 towers pretty fast here because they have such a good pushing lineup from Infamous. That's just the bread and butter of like tier 2 teams, tier 3 teams going against like tier 4 teams, where you just get some easy, really good pickoffs and then push constantly. It's just really easy, right? I see. So I would give the edge to Infamous this 5 to 35, just because they can get the pickoffs. And
Okay. Yeah, you get. I can never
where's my
tell.
KotLGuy?
No,
Where's my
sorry. It's like you
KotLGuy
talk,
inside?
and then like I don't know if like your mic turns off before you finish your thought, but I always think you end in the middle of a freaking word, and I'm like, I don't know if you're lagging or what, but
Oh, maybe it cuts off.
maybe
right
it cuts
as
off.
I'm
Maybe
going.
lower the threshold. You know, a good couple of notches.
I'm
there.
sorry.
Just
I'm
a few
sorry.
notches
It's-
down from.
Okay, all right,
whatever
got
it
you.
is.
I got you
All
closer.
right, sweet.
I'll eat it. I'll eat my mic.
Okay, well, I would agree with you. Infamous seems to have already shown their composure for game 1, and now even having a draft to kind of sport it here, it does feel a bit more flashy from the side of Void Boys here a bit. And Z-Talk seems to be pretty damn comfortable with these positions where it's like, well, it's if they want to do well, it's on such and such to be able to perform and step up in the early game. Well, Z-Talk is always the guy to kind of fit that bill, and he already did it in that last game with the Bounty Hunters. So that game, though, was blessed a bit with that very gracious courier kill. So now we'll have to kind of see him do it the old-fashioned way here with a Chen. And there's not really a lot on the side of Void Boys, I would suppose, to kind of contest it. For Void Boys, is this a game where it might be more value to him to kind of pressure the puck in the early game a bit and give OD that much more of a significant advantage, or do you think the OD should be good on his own? If I'm still in the mindset of like TI4, if you will, you know, it was all about Skywrath Mage also making his presence in the mid lane just so that, you know, they could secure that lane that much more for whoever it may be.
Oh, definitely. I think the roaming Skywrath can do some work. Not against the Poison Orb, you know, heroes for the ES and the Bounty Hunter level, but you can still be very annoying, get those Arcane Bolts out early on and cause a lot of damage, make them salve up pretty early on, and that can hurt the mid lane. It could devastate them, where you can easily harass them down and then get an early first blood. That's what happened a lot before. But we're going to see a little bit of clash here. They have, well, you can't even bash him, so nice time walk forward.
I mean, he's just showing his cojones there or something. I guess it's cheap mana and a lowish cooldown, but yeah, that doesn't slow. Not that much. Does he even slow anymore? I don't think he even slows
seconds
anymore.
to battle.
No, so it's just like,
We're not TI4
he's
anymore.
like, hey, what are you doing? All right, fair enough. So they know they're there. They see the presence.
He got concussive shot. What?
Oh, we got the slow. We didn't even start with Arcane Bolt. Interesting. All right, well, yeah, there's not going to be a first blood rewarded to him, and I hope he doesn't regret going that level now. Do they even plant a ward yet? They got one. They got one down right on that little high ground ramp.
Begins.
And they will be able to secure this bottom rune here from Mr. Gatovas on his Zeus. And Greedy will be able to get it on the puck. Gets a little pot shot there from the OD. And look at that, OD is going to be heading up to the top lane here. So as expected, yeah, indeed. Zeus will be covering the mid. We'll get some assistance from Fly, who makes the long rotation up. It is being pinged out. And, well, away we go. Dual lanes here for Void Boys. We don't see it very often, but the Skywrath Void offlane combo in effect here. This Disruptor is not really going to be doing anything. It's going to have to work with a lot of pulling and lane organization. This could be a bit of trouble here for Infamous until they get some sort of +1 help. Then again, though, Shanks did get concussive shot, so.
Yeah, this is. I was gonna just touch on that a little bit, where you have concussive shot in this lane. You're basically useless. That was. I mean, he's dropping the ball now on the second game here for Shanks.
Not afraid to go hard on this guy. Yeah, he was the Earth Spirit in the last game. Now has concussive shot, so hopefully he quickly gets a level 2.
Yes. He should tell Mad right now, please get out of my lane. I need level 2. You don't need level 2 on Void. You're not gonna get those easy time locks.
It's a shame he didn't just abandon all that and get a Talon, go to the big camp and farm that in the meantime. But they'll have to make do with it, and it'll just be a stagnant 2-on-2. In the meantime, Z-Talk working his way through with a Chen. It looks like he is going to be going more of the aggressive Chen. He already has a smoke in his back pocket just for when he gets that right creep ready to go. Has a Centaur now, which he could end up denying out. Yeah, got him. And now we'll go for the tomato
Didn't even need to deny him. That's the worst part. But he's going to wait to stack it, I guess. So maybe he'll hope for a better creep. And that's probably what he's going to do.
The Dream Satyr, perhaps? We'll have to see.
Or see.
I'm stuck.
I mean,
on
he
the,
could
I'm
get a purge
glued on
creep
this.
too.
I gotta see it.
If he gets a purge creep too against the Zeus,
oh yeah.
GG. Oh,
Ooh,
was it juice?
Satyr and a purge creep.
A gift from the tempest.
He's so happy he doesn't even know what to choose. And he'll get the Satyr. So. Yeah, I do. The purge creep is just so ridiculously good. What is it? It's bottom lane SR4 back in trouble once more. The disruptor's gonna get back in, get to connected field, but it's not gonna matter. Arcane bolt's there. Shanks shrugs off all that dirty concussive shot start, and he's able to get the arcane bolt and already pick up the first blood. Good for him.
Yeah, even though he kind of misplayed there with the leveling up the arcane, or not top lane. Here we go. Might have the stun out. Oh,
that's awkward right there. So what happened there, folks, was a magic missile just got sent into the other dimension when it was supposed to be hit on AZA.
It got black holed or something.
Yeah, that is one of those awkward moments right there. So unfortunately, that opportunity is gone. Back into the action we go. Puck is up and ahead. CS 19-2, matching up with Zeus' 12-0. So you can feel why KotLGuy is probably like, okay, guys, might need to get a little bit of assistance. Or is he fine? I mean, I don't know. The Puck versus Zeus matchup, not one we get to see a lot as of recent, you know, with the days of OD and Invoker. Is this a travesty right now for KotLGuy, or is he still, he's fine? He's fine. What would you
It's
say?
just you're put in this predicament. Well, we'll get the easy deny here on Shanks. I thought he might have went down somewhere, but this matchup is about even. You would still say the Puck should be ahead like 5 or 6, maybe not this much, but with the constant fear of having that Chen ganking you in the back of your mind, you're like, all right, I can't play too aggressive. I can't. And then the first rune matters a lot in this matchup. Whoever gets that normally has the huge advantage for that 2 to 4 minute mark where you're gonna start building that lead up.
Shanks is coming back now with his first blood. He's picked up some boots. Skywrath Mage, pretty fast formidable opponent here, so we'll have to see where he looks to take his pressure. He's starting to head towards the mid lane area.
Oh,
here.
he already used his orb.
So the 4 minute does come out,
nope.
and yeah, Greedy doesn't have the orb, so he cannot go for the rune. He's going to be stuck with an empty bottle. He does have 9 charges, but he'll just have to fish the bottle out and back to base and kind of wait in the meantime here. Shanks will refresh that same ward spot. Oh, but the second he puts it down, it will get taken care of. So we'll be able to pick that one up, and over in the lane, while he's getting that ward, it was a distraction. Shanks has made his move with his friend, and he's going for SR4, and they will get the kill. Z-Talk was on the way here. Is he actually still in the dark? I'm trying to look over the vision here. That's a graph. That's an item chart. Okay, he is in the dark. And now he comes out. He's got a Centaur, he's got a Mud Golem, and they've got some trouble here. They might get Hatsune, though, first. Will they be able to bring him down? They certainly will. Redemption will be there in the form of Z-Talk taking down the Birdman Shanks. Taking down the Birdman Shanks. Take down the Birdman Shanks!
Oh,
he made it away! And that is going to be a 2-0 for nothing. Okay.
I'm speechless right now. He just got away with murder, essentially. And now he's using another... Is this another smoking? Maybe he just walked into the bottom lane. But normally, I was going to touch on this. Well, we'll touch on it afterwards. We'll see where he wants to go. Is he going to go mid with this smoking? As Z-Talk, this is where Zeus is vulnerable. Could have expected this gank a little bit early on, but now he's bottled up. He could Thunder God's Wrath, but Greedy has coil ready.
here we go. Here we go. Z-Talk on the move. He's got his animals ready to go. Golem, get him in first so he gets denied. You can double stone. There's the first stone. It's on Gatovas. The stone go down. Double stone. Stone some more. There we go. Boulder him down. Gatovas is going to get dropped. They will, though, get the exchange of the puck kill. And now Z-Talk, well, he's got to try to make his way from Shanks here, but he got the Centaur. And he will be good. But the puck ends up going down right there. So I guess they were able to get this first.
Now a lot of misplays are coming in the side of Infamous, so that could have been an easy takedown there on the Zeus, but just easy turnaround with Shanks making the plays this game, coming in. Normally, what I wanted to touch on earlier is Ursa versus Faces Void. Faces Void gets absolutely demolished in the lane because Ursa, you know, just puts those Fury swipes on him, and you just can't do anything. You can't even like stay in the lane. But with this Skywrath Mage babysitting him early on, and the Chen not really helping out early, he's just able to get easy levels, and they were able to take down this Ursa constantly, and they're just looking so good now. But at the same time, SR4, he does have his level 6 and his Morbid Mass. So
yeah, but no phase boots
what?
yet, though.
What?
And he ulted. So
what?
That's frustration coming out right there. That's 40 seconds. He won't be out with his ult. He's got a Morbid Mask, yeah, so now at least he can find some respectable farm in the jungle. But usually by now it's like building up into phase boots and then possibly Hatsune. Oh, poor Hatsune. Gonna get caught solo chrono here. Easily taken care of. Shanks pulling out a dominating performance already on his Skywrath Mage. Yeah, definitely Infamous looking a bit more shaky here in game number 2. Boys on the road already for a Game 3 series. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to pull it out. Level 6s, though, starting to come online here. Infamous will be able to work with the mighty Primal Roar of AZA. And that together with a coil should be able to get some good team fight.
They have this ward scouting out Z-Talk standing here for the last minute.
Yep.
Absolutely doing nothing. One good thing I guess you could say is that Goose isn't getting any levels, but it's just wasting so much time for Zeus where he needs to ulti.
And Z-Talk still won't even budge.
Bottom lane.
They'll go for the tower
Enrage,
instead, but bottom. Alright, they get it. Last second, SR4 does go down. And as you said, Enrage is not going to be enough on this one. And they quickly start to take their business back towards this mid lane because that is where Infamous are making their move for this tier 1. This will be without a Chronosphere here. Shanks does not have the Mystic Flare, but they commit their jump. And oh man, Ancient Seal, which is only level 1, still able to amplify a bit of that damage coming out from Gatovas right now, which just annihilates the Chen. And they're looking for more. Hatsune, who's desperate for getting that tower, will be able to grab it, but will lose his own life for it. And suddenly Void Boys are off to a very hot 8-1 start.
Actually, that kill on the tower was definitely worth it for the Disruptor. But for Disruptor and Chen, not really so much. At the end of the day, it does give them more map control. That's really what Infamous are trying to do. But top lane, here we got Fly versus Greedy, and Fly's just going to go away. Easy.
Not about that life. He'll step out, make his way back and around here because now they're pulling in some extra help here. Like I said,
that's way too soon.
We got big ultis here. We got Coil. We got Roar. Is anything going to come out of it? In fact, it looks like Void Boys want to take a fight. They put the stun, Magic Missile, get the nice 2-man catch with the wave, swap back. AZA, still no mana though, and no Roar to work with, so he's going to get dropped. The Coil is going to be there. Self-Astral, they could get Shanks, and he will go down. Pops out the Mystic Flare. Greedy eats a lot of the damage even after going into shift, but they come back, they get the kill. Zeus gets a nice cleanup kill though, makes it at least a 2-for-1. AZA barely alive, will step back and out. Hatsune, who already used his glimpse, is not going to be able to get the pullback here for Fly. So when the dust does settle, it is Infamous who are finally able to string a couple of kills their way, and just those 2 kills, gets them near a 1K advantage just from that fight.
And SR4 got the Roche during that whole thing, and that helps out tremendously for them. He's up to level 9 now. He's already got it, which is kind of confusing for me. He went back for a Gloves of Haste.
Oh, he might go Midas. Unknown was one of the teams I saw, and on that team at that time, it was Kotaro Hayama, and he played the same lane, the same side. I remember it in my head. He played a Ursa on the Radiant safe lane. He had a much more successful game at that point and got the Midas a bit faster, but they got the Midas nonetheless, so I would not put it past him to pick up a Midas here and makes me believe that maybe it's Z-Talk who has a little bit of the influence about it. We'll see.
The Midas does help, or not the Midas, just the gloves going into that Roche helps out tremendously when you're trying to get these extra attacks. And so I can understand why you want to pick it up maybe to help out there, but otherwise, yeah, Midas is way greedy. I think he should still go for the Blink Dagger, but yeah, he's just going to go for it. Maybe just, he thinks, hey, we're going to go late game. I don't need it, or something. Infamous, Roar, top.
Mr. Sakula gonna get swapped away from trouble, but that means they're just gonna put their sights on for Fly, and they might try to go for a twofer here. Not now that they see Shanks rotate in. The sacrifice is successful there from Fly to save his OD brother. Bottom lane, it looks like they try to pressure Mad. They got the Thunderstrike. Do they have the glimpse? It's level 3, but they're not going on forward. But yeah, top lane, as you said, same moment. They are going to be able to move forward. Greedy gets the setup and is able to finish off the OD. They were peppering a bit previous to that. And as that happens, it's bottom lane where they are going to be pushing on in. We'll take a moment to pause here, it looks like, for Team Infamous as they begin their crawl back into this game. My monitor! My monitor!
It's like a meteor plus a screen. I don't even know. It hit it. It hit it. Something happened. That's some good spelling there. I wonder if is Spanish for like monitor. That'd be.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I know kitchen Spanish, but I do not know
Spanish.
That kind of Spanish, like real Spanish.
Real Spanish.
So what happened? The reason I pulled away from that top lane is because, you know, they already got the kill on Fly. OD was making his retreat, and when they saw Shanks, I figured they were like, okay, help is coming in, we don't need to pursue. But I guess I would assume Greedy just went in nonetheless. In fact, he didn't have to use the orb to go in because he's using it now. So
yeah, he just used his Dream Coil, caught up with the Waning Rift. The thing is, it's just set up so easily by the Hawk that you don't see now. This is a freshly summoned one. And it was just the axes from the Beastmaster. So if you look here, he just axed through this fucking pause.
Yeah,
good stuff there. Can't draw, but he just axed through. They Dream Cold silence, easiest kill because OD was already low from earlier.
Yeah.
And OD not having the Sandy's Eclipse during that last team fight, that hurt them tremendously, and he's just getting shut down constantly. He doesn't even have drums yet. It's 11 minutes in. This OD is falling off so fast. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. 6th in net worth.
This is not good. Not good at all for the OD. By the way, apparently SR4 is KotLGuy. You dumb retard.
What?
KotLGuy. Of course, KotLGuy. My boy. Yeah, I know that. No, I don't know that. Oh, Kotaro. SR4 is Kotaro. It is Kotaro Hayama.
Okay.
Oh, not KotLGuy. Kotaro. Yeah, who's the retard now? So it is Kotaro Hayama. Well, you know, if he wanted me to know it was him, he could have used his own name, or at least had some sort of hint that it was him. I'm a big Kotaro Hayama fan, and I love to root for the guy when he plays, but unfortunately I don't know when he does, if he's sporting different names. So I don't know what SR Forever means, but we can change it up to Mr. Kotaro here. So he's playing the Kotaro Ursa, just as I saw him play it. I want to say it was like during TI5 qualifier time that he did that build-up, but nonetheless, it's neat to see his playstyle transition really hasn't changed whatsoever. So they might make a move here for Mad, actually, as Hatsune is right around the corner, and he has a level 3 glimpse good to go. As long as he's in sight and moves in. Does he have Thunderstrike? He does. This is a kill. Yeah. I mean, he walks in, gets the Thunderstrike. Mad can try to time walk away, but that glimpse range, even at level 3, is 1400. So
he can maybe one play is kind of to time walk to the right, so he's out of vision. He does have the vision right now on Disruptor if you change your reviews, so he can make sure he doesn't get glimpsed immediately.
Oh, right.
And then he can Quelling Blade through the trees over here. So
you can do the man mode thing, and you walk into Disruptor, and you hit him with your time dilation, and then you time walk away over through the ancient camp there. I mean, he is going to have a chrono available in 2 seconds. There's a teammate up north, Zeus with Thunder Gods and an Aether Lens now good to go. Shanks, no TP there, and that's about it. I don't know. I mean, I could try to theory craft this matchup out of our ears, as it looks like, according to our admin here, the wonderful and great Mr. FN Tails. It's about 5 minutes left before we're going to be forced to unpause, and they will be stuck with someone with a bad monitor, apparently. We don't want that.
I wonder if they're in like a team house together right now.
Who,
or-
Infamous?
Yeah, or if it's just for
Maybe.
maybe later for just the tournaments and stuff, whatnot, or how they kind of set it up.
I don't know. I mean, I
Did you
know
have a
Void Boys are not a
blowout?
team house team.
I don't know if they
but
have like a Circuit City, right, or something like a Best
I'm
Buy.
sure they do.
What happens when
I'm sure they do.
your monitor blows?
Well, you got to get a new one. I mean, maybe Infamous is their sponsor. It'll hook them up. We'll see. A little bit of extra time here. For those of you who are just coming by, this is actually our one and only best of 3 for you today. There originally was going to be the matchup here. I'll switch over to the bracket. We can see today was also going to be Shazam versus Not Today, but that is not going to happen today. They've actually postponed that and are going to be moving it forward a couple of days. So it's left us just with Infamous versus Void Boys, and that means for tomorrow, I'm putting on myself on the spot here because I actually don't have the schedule up and handy here. Let me see if I can find it. No, I can't. But I did send it to you recently, right? So let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. This means that tomorrow we should be seeing Shazam versus Not Today. It will be myself and Mott for that one. That's going to be happening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then to follow that up, we have Pain versus Enemy GG. I believe that's Banana Slam Jamma's team. And that will also be myself and Mott. Should be a good time there as we continue our track down the BTS America's 4 Cup. Another $10,000 are up for grabs here to find out who's the best Northern or South American team right now. Who do you think, as I still have the roster up here, Ryu, who would you wager is probably going to be the top 3 of this cup right now? A safe bet obviously might be Digital Chaos there at the bottom, but got to remember Archon is no longer a part of this. We're replaced by Fire, who is actually already knocked out.
They're already gone.
Yeah, that was a bit of an upset there, but Fire, as we know, is a brand new roster. Some comrades who've played together a lot, but it was their first time kind of making it work in a competitive game, and it did not work, unfortunately.
I think Shazam and Elite Wolves
Yeah.
are the top 2, top 3.
They're right next to each other.
Yeah,
Unfortunately for them, they could meet each other
that's
in the
pretty
next
sucky.
round. One of those. That's gonna be a big knockout.
Trying to figure out who else I would place like above those 2 teams right now.
Who's Gossip Girls again? I just looked it up and then I changed it. Do you know who
I
it is?
I looked up a lot of these teams, and you just forget a lot of their names right before game day. Just a lot of people are just kind of switching around, trying to figure out
shuffle.
rosters before the lock. That's gonna be interesting to see who gets an invite to NA, direct invite to the NA.
I mean, I'm sure that a solid performance, even at these little cups like the Pro Dota Cup and BTS Americas, a solid finish there could get you recognized enough to at least go into the qualifier. And making that step from going through the open qualifier, like a major / TI open qualifier. I mean, how many teams play in that? Like hundreds, right? A couple hundred usually are hopping in. So instead of having to work your way through crazy, scary gauntlet of best of ones against crazy other teams out there who could pull out their cheesy pub strats, and what happens if suddenly that crazy pub strat they came up with somehow beats you, like your big name team, like let's say like Elite Wolves were an open qualifier? That would be terrible. So doing good
Disbanded.
here. Yeah, doing good here gets them into maybe a possible qualifier spot, and then they just need to battle their way into an invite position, which you never know. Hey, Unknown did it at Frankfurt. Maybe it will be you next. Any team out
it'll
there?
definitely be me.
Not you.
Anybody
though.
can do it in
I don't
NA
know,
scene.
dude.
Oh. Well, you shots fired me, and I shots fired.
Nah,
NA,
it's all good.
so-
It's all good. I wouldn't mind seeing RyuUboruZ play once again. We saw
On the good
Justin
old days.
yesterday play, another former eHug member, but then they didn't have any luck there, unfortunately. We'll get back into the game. You guys can see we're still paused. I'm sure I really do not want to go with a 5v4 after we've already put so much, love and attention into the series for it to end this way. We could end up getting a game 3 based on that. But
yeah, you'll get a game 3 at least. He has enough time to go buy a new monitor. Beastmaster is very important, and it's not like you
Yeah.
can micro with any of the other heroes. You actually need Disruptor
You don't
very
wanna-
bad. You have to
Yeah.
click on his 3 spells consecutively, and then you have Chen micro. You're like, what are you gonna do? Have another tab set up for the Beastmaster? I mean, you couldn't even summon all the hawks and the boars too. You're gonna be microing like 8 different things. That's just like StarCraft 2.
At that point, you pretty much just abandon playing your own hero and just play the Beastmaster.
Just Hand of God. You
Yeah,
just use
play
your
Hand of
creeps, send them back to base. You're like an Arc Warden. You have Beastmaster on one side, creeps on the other. That'd be very interesting.
Yeah, luckily, he made it to level 6 on the Chen, so at least he would have a Hand of God to quickly micro out. But
oh, he doesn't even. Fuck. Look. Oh, excuse my language, guys. But look, he has 1,300 gold, and he doesn't have his Necro 1, so he can't actually buy it.
oh, you're right.
Oh, that would be terrible. It's like, can you at least come back in the game and then buy your
without
Necro
your monitor.
1? That's oh, that's devastating actually. Not having that Necro 1.
There's Tails. Well, time's out. This is normally when you would just unpause the game, but so you got to play the game. Oh, or we can share time. Oh, I hate when they pose that. You shouldn't pose that to the team. It's like, I mean,
yeah, now it makes them look like dicks.
It does.
You say no.
It does. Now it's like, oh, how long do you need?
Don't have
we're
any
sitting here like, wait, we're out of pauses, guys, listen, all right. I don't like it like this either, but they got 10 minutes of pause time to work with to get their issue resolved, and then we got to go. Now, what happens if Void Boys share their pause time, and then he comes back, and then 10 minutes later, Void Boys lose someone, and they need a pause? Oh, sorry, you use your pause time for them. Now you're out of pause time. It looks like they are going to hold out here. So
we got 2 minutes, Dakota, to
no
go
worries.
get
No,
some coffee,
let's reflect a bit. We don't need to rip through this series.
I'm gonna be Swindles before this. Hold on. I'm gonna say the winner of Enemy GG and Pain Gaming is gonna make it to the finals.
Okay, hold on. Enemy GG. We'll bring up the bracket here versus Pain. That's down there, the lower third one. Okay.
I don't think they're actually going to beat DC, but it's going to be very interesting if they actually make it to even the semifinals or finals.
I could see that team. Oh, what about? Oh, do you think Freedom would have a chance? This is IX Mike and Miniski Fangay.
Everybody's been saying they've been doing really well.
I heard they're doing pretty well too. Team Freedom.
But scrims don't matter as much, in my eyes, at times. So you just have to wait and see with NA Dota.
NA Dota.
Really hard to tell.
I mean, right now, NA Dota and C Dota is the best Dota, you know?
Hells yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I tweeted earlier, Febby is from NA Dota.
He said
so
it at the end. Yeah,
Dota.
he said it. I started with NA Dota.
Well, he's NA Dota. We won. We won Dota Pit right there. So I'm fine with that.
No, in all seriousness, it's been a lot of fun Dota as of recent here.
Oh yes.
Dota Pit just concluding. I don't know.
This patch has been amazing.
I don't even know if there's what's the next. I don't even know if there's another. I guess the next LAN is ESL Manila. That's
probably
like
ESL.
Right before the Manila Major. So.
I'm wondering when that patch is gonna hit. Maybe in the next 2-3 weeks.
Oh yeah. Has it been confirmed that there's going to be a patch?
Well, there has to be a patch.
I mean, there has to be something. Nobody wants the same meta for 2 majors.
Exactly. Well, it's not too. The thing is, since roster's locked for 6 months, then you'll basically be playing for, I would say, the same meta for 6 months or something like that. I think that's just the gist of it.
That sucks. Like when you commit to. I mean, maybe you would know more than I do, being a former pro player off and on. But when the meta changes and your big off-lane player, oh my God, we're having a game here, so we'll go back to in-game overlay as Beastmaster is back. We could save this. We'll table this discussion, Ryu, for our next pause in the future.
Yep.
But we have a game. We got to get back into action here. Bottom lane, that's where we were looking, where they made their jump. Can they get a hold of it? It's the Disruptor who ends up going down. Now it's Kotaro Hayama who's in trouble. Time dilation, but the Hand of God's finally going to be able to come out, but Z-Talk will not survive thereafter. Quickly bursts it apart. Mad sees the blood of the courier, wants to make his move forward, but will not be able to grab it. We're going to be good in the meantime and instead clean up the Z-Talk creeps. It looked like when we paused, Ryu, they were making their move for the Faceless Void, but they end up losing 2 instead. So where Infamous was getting ready to run their way back into this game, they hand over another 2.
Yeah, maybe you just get a little bit lost of where you are in the game. Maybe you forget that Zeus is still a hero and he just easily can TP down. He had his 8th lens completed that adds a lot of the burst damage. And then he has ulti online, so just easy turnaround kill there. But at the end of the day, we have to still think of this. Infamous have the Aegis still, and they do get another tower objective, so they're looking pretty. And they still have 2 minutes left on the Aegis.
Let's see if they want to make some use out of it. Nonetheless, it is stalling them out a bit. This Ursa will continue to climb up. 3rd in net worth right now. The top in net worth belonging to Greedy here. And he goes for a Veil. Does not feel like something you see every day on a puck there, Ryu.
I think Brax innovated it, or somebody did in
so
Dota.
What is the significance and the reasoning for a Veil on a puck?
The reason is because you already start off with a Null Talisman. It gives a lot of intelligence, so you can do a lot of burst damage early on. Normally you would get it if you have, say, another huge magical burst damage. So they have a little bit in the way of Disruptor with the Static Storm, but it's just going to be basically all on the puck, you know, bursting down a hero really fast with it. And he's going to have a nicely timed Blink Dagger, too. That's the best part.
Engagement to break out. Shanks leads the party off, making it before AZA. Can they get him down before the Primal Roar be there? It doesn't look like it. Roar's going to go out into Fly. There goes the Thunder God's Wrath, and now he makes his move for Fly. They're going to be able to get him, but they've already lost 3 here. Void Boys lose 4. Oh, man, Infamous just swarm on in and destruct Void Boys. Now they're going to make their move, get this tier 1. They've blown this game right on open into a 9-11 score, and that is what looks like nearly a 3K gold swing their way.
It's just really good timing for them. You can't even go onto Katara SR4. It's just so hard for them because he has the Aegis. So what do? They try to blow everything on the Boost Master, and then they get out of position because they smoked perfectly. And they came in around. He used the Dream Coil. He used the Veil immediately. Got the Waning Rift and the Illusionary Orb off. And they were all at like 100 HP after that, or 200. And then you just have the Disruptor. Easy Static Storm on top of them, finishing them all off. That was an amazing wraparound.
Void Boys, we're hoping a bit. Maybe they're regretting not unpausing right when it was time to unpause. Nonetheless, it's them to try to get back on the rebound here. They have a smoke gank in motion. It pops. They know someone's on the high ground, and they get the vision. They're going to make their move for Z-Talk here. It costs them a Chrono. It costs them a Mystic Flare, but they'll be rewarded with the kill. But uh-oh, look at the trouble coming. Greedy sets up a nice 2-man coil, and here comes the big bad bear running in. The Ravage is out, and he starts slashing them both down. Double kill for Kotaro Hayama. And now moving in, the Hadoukens fly out. Gatovas could be caught next. And with the Roar setup, they make it look easy. Another 3-man takedown. They do lose Z-Talk for it. Hatsune, though, on chase. 1 more second. Does he have the glimpse? They don't have the vision, but now they will.
I mean,
Matt is just farming creeps instead, thinking that it's all good, but it is not all good. You are now into a Static Storm. Kinetic Field will miss the mark, but they glimpse him under. He's able to time walk and get his life back. Doesn't matter. They'll make their chase.
Time dilation is doing a lot of work.
It really is. It's frustrating him, and oh my god, he ends up time walking out into a TP, and he makes it away to safety.
At least they deterred the push there. That was a lot of space given to where they're not going to lose this tier 2. Unfortunately, they're going to have to pop the glyph here. But that's still really good play from the Void, you know, giving it a lot of space. And that's when his Chronosphere is down, too. And his team is reviving. So really well played at the end of the day from Void Boys. But they're just caught up now. It's 12-12, 16 minutes in. And because they went that Midas on SR4 here, he's got his Blink Dagger, he's got the Midas, obviously, and he's going to work to whatever he wants to next. Obviously, it should be a BKB.
Whatever he dreams for.
Yeah, it has to be a BKB, but he's such a greedy player, right?
He is.
I mean,
he might just, you know, I don't know, go straight Basher or something.
Basher, yeah.
Diffusal, I don't know, in case he sees that they're trying to, like, get a ghost and not be, you know, fighting. He'll force him to fight if necessary. We'll have to see, though.
Look at OD's items. You can just explain it for me.
Yeah, he's opening the market, so he's got to have a little bit of everything here. It looks like some sort of Rogers jewelry store. You know, he's got the branch, the ring, pair of shoes, the
I
drums.
thought he was poor. I guess
bit
these
of
are like
everything.
copper rings, copper.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everything.
He's
Just
got
low
work to do.
value.
Ugh, hard game here for Mr. Sakula. Gonna have to get right back into the grind of farm right now. Has plenty of the top half of the map, but does he have time on the clock? Because it feels like Infamous have recognized their peaking window and continue to make fights happen here, but it looks like they will get a pick off. Void Boys get a nice swap setup right there, take out the Disruptor, and now with the numbers advantage, they think they have a move, but look at this. Kotaro Hayama makes quick work. Oh, Matt is going to be able to get a beautiful chrono on the backstaff here. Kotaro looking to man up on Tomas, is going to be able to get the kill as the rotations come in. It might be too late for Odie to help out the rest of his team because they've already gone down. There goes the mighty roar. A defensive Astral is going to be coming out trying to save Fly, but it is not going to matter, and it is going to be turning into a 5-man wipe going the way of Infamous right here. It was Void Boys' game from the start, but Infamous, after a bit of a monitor issue, have shown that this is definitely their game to take and are on the way for a quick 2-0 series run.
Oh yeah, this is an easy high ground push. You still have the Necro books online. You have the army still here. Oh boy. Inner Beast just wailing away.
Jesus.
All these creeps.
Look at that base fall.
Look at these creeps though. That's the
Look at all those
thing.
creeps.
They're
Look
like
at them all.
karate
That is
chopping
crazy. Yeah. Very disheartening here for the Void Boys. You know, for both of these teams, they have been thirsty for wins right now. They might be able to get Kotaro. They will. Buys his BKB right at that moment. We'll be out for just a minute, but the damage has already been done. This is just Infamous lacking the wherewithal to just quickly get out while they're ahead. The rest of them will be able to make a safe retreat. But for both of these teams, you know, both also playing in that Pro Dota Cup, both at the near bottom of their group. You know, Infamous finishing 3 and 5 in their group. Void Boys 2 and 6. They've been trying to find their way to make a bit of a comeback play here, so they both would love to get wins. But it looks like Infamous are going to have the better day today. But as I say that, Void Boys make their move in. A Static Storm will cancel them out, and Shanks is getting stun locked under that Static Storm, and he will go down to Greedy there with a nice little orb setup. Beautifully done from Z-Talk to just crush him in place with those Centaurs. AZA still hustling away from trouble, and they get the send back. Yep, Z-Talk puts him right back to home base. Z-Talk will lose his own life for this one, it looks like, but Fly is gonna be killed, maybe? He got earned up. He's running. He's going to be fine. Mad, though.
Mad's here. He's going to get silenced.
Yep, on the high ground, he is done for. Hatsune, double kill for this Disruptor.
There you go.
And they finally caught up and killed that Vengeful Spirit. It's another 5-man wipe for Infamous here as they tried to contest the Roche Pit.
Oh, it's so funny. We were just like looking at the vent the whole time, and finally at the very end of the Necrobooks kind of expiring, he just gets chased down to his base. Oh, that's where you have your KotLGuy soundboard just playing the Benny Hill music.
It's a hard game to watch if you're a Void Boys fan right now. Because now
they need to go back to their old lineup. But it's
under attack.
not even. They just have no damage whatsoever, and poor Zeus here dead in the mid lane.
Now they're just
Get back to base should be his name.
Oh,
but this is
the gold lead.
oh Shanks.
Hide your eyes. Avert them.
Should be there.
15K plus net worth lead. Kotaro in prime form now, doing his thing. Easily shredding anyone who oversteps their boundaries here. And when you think you're safe because you're, what, 4 feet from the fountain, even that's not safe because here comes Infamous. You're sad because you lost. They're going to make you feel even worse, shoving them down into the lockers. Giving them swirlies and wedgies right now. Just styling all over Void Boys. This is the third straight 5-man wipe. Finally, Fly has thrown in the towel. They have had enough. And Infamous will be walking away today with a 2-0 series performance. Nicely done by them.
Yeah, at some point at like 12 and 7 was the score. Then all of a sudden there was just like a 20 to 3 kill swing advantage, and it was just basically all after that pause. And once they got wrapped around on that top lane, it looked completely lost for Void Boys. They couldn't get any map control, and there was just nothing. Like their lineup is really, really bad for bursting down heroes besides the Zeus and Skywrath Mage, and it's just once you have the Beastmaster having all the vision that we talked about, and the Puck with his Blink Dagger, it's so easy for them to jump on the side of Void Boys, catch out either Skywrath or Zeus, and that's all your damage kind of gone. And it's kind of on Mad just to hit this amazing chrono, but it's not going to happen at the end of the day, as we talked about. So, really well played. Both games from Infamous, and they will be moving on.
Exactly that. So Infamous secure their spot in the next round. They will await their next performance. We'll check out the updated bracket now, and you can see they will await tomorrow's matchup, the second series tomorrow, Pain Gaming versus Enemy GG. They're already in the next round for that one. But before that, we'll be seeing Shazam versus Not Today. Mott will be joining me for both of those series tomorrow. Should be a good time. Ryu, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. I know we'll be casting plenty more BTS America's action in the future. If you want to show your love and support to Ryu, check him out on his Twitter at RyuUboruZ. You can check the proper spelling in the stream title up and above. He also does have a Twitch at the same address there, so be sure to check that out as well. I'm KotLGuy, of course. Catch me on my Twitter there. And tomorrow, be back, same time, same place, for more BTS America's 4 action. Till next time, guys, we'll see you then, and good luck in your Dota.